taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Cornhuskers will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Penn State's offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Snagged out of the air. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they liked because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback may change this route. He wants to throw it again. Caught over the middle. It's Lincoln. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a 1st down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
Motion from the back. Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
How about this defense? Coming out, you know you've got a challenge on your hand, and you talking about coming out ready, hair's on fire, ready to play. You can tell, dropping back, great coverage. They know this guy's great. They know he can spin it. They're sitting on the coverage, waiting on it. They win the first check early. Give the defense some credit. They were ready for this great quarterback.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Breaks into the open. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down the open field. What a big game for the offense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And this guy just stays on a roll. He's been getting to quarterbacks and making life really, really hard. He had 3 sacks a week ago, 1 already in this ball game. You better know where he is at on every single snap.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Complete to the left. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Looking for room. It's Paul. Gets it past the marker. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
It's complete to the right. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
When you play zone and you drop back, you're dropping back to a spot. And that means there's going to be holes, and the quarterback has to do a good job of reading it, seeing it, throwing it between those holes. He does a really nice job there. Makes the defense pay for playing zone coverage.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation. And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this.
Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense, too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sampson. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go.
That is going to give that wide receiver nightmares, man. He was wide open. I don't know if there was a coverage bust on the back end, but that is a play that this dude needs to make.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. there to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the offense because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front, they could not protect him well enough.
On the option, he'll pitch it. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. Able to make a quick stop.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Huskers are on the move. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Paul. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Huskers will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football.
Turning on the Jets. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Penn State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. The run from the shotgun. Fights off the defender. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. The Cornhuskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really nice job on the defense, shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They kick it away on 4th down. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll try to pop the draw. The quick feet, the acceleration, the vision, and he works his way to the 44.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They go to the ground, finding an escape route. He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Wide open downfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Got his man in the middle. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Oh, they're after him. Fires to the big fella. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. The 30. He's at the touchdown, Penn State. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. UCLA is getting whooped today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 17 to SMU. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Working that wide receiver screen. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Catch inside the 25. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Back to pass. Rush is on him. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Huskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. You really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
They'll move the tight end. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got his man, makes the grab, makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking downfield on 1st down. He'll take the deep shot. He's got it down the left side. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
The Nittany Lions will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive in this. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Paul. Powers through the defender. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Shoots it to the left. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. He'll start this drive firing. Looking for the end zone. He's got it. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He'll take another shot here. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, in that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested.
There he goes. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. What a nice job getting rid of the football, not only avoiding the sack, but getting the nice gain.
And taking a shot, getting hit as he throws it, showing some toughness, but going through his progression, he couldn't find anybody open, finally went to his running back, got him the football, and he did the rest.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Gonna look downfield again. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. This one's complete. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Nittany Lions are on the move. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Clemson is putting on a show offensively. It feels like this one was over when they touched Howard's Rock. They're up by 21 over Texas A&M. Any big changes in this ACC clash? We've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Looking downfield, it's key. Quickly to the tight end. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a
turning it on! The 40! They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Huskers will line it up on 1st and 10.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Unloads to the right. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
It's a nice job by the receiver working past the sticks. Looked like it was going to be a first down by the offense. Physical play knocking that ball loose.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 41. To throw, it's Key. He's got it. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Finds his big tight end.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
And back to the air on second down. He's got him. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to go up top on first down. And that one's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the first down.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game. It seems like he's always open. And right there, nice job fitting that football into a small space and great awareness by the receiver getting his feet down in bounds.
Grab near the marker. It's Lincoln. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on second down. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Knight. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Might be changing the route. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously there's...
Touchdown, Penn State! Quick strike through the air for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford... That happened again. Quick release on the RPO. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. It's a draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That
breaks into the open. The tag. Touchdown, Nebraska. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Husker! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. Still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick-6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
And the Nittany Lions line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll off one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Let's go! Let's go! From the gun, they'll try the middle. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Makes the grab. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
No gain on the play. Good enough for a first down.
The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Key. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You can clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. The defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game?
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the catch down the right side. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. Just when you think this offense had its back against the wall, suddenly they're across midfield with a 1st and 10. He makes the grab. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Looking for a man. It's Key. A strike downfield. Out of bounds, stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, and now they feel like they have room to operate. A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Running into the open space. Quick step and go. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Nebraska.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Off play action. Got his man downfield. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up, or I can just make plays right behind them.
And the Huskers will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Timeout, Nebraska.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Key. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into a lot.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Penn State! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Key. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touch.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They've dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the party each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.